Hello, YouTube pro wrestling fans, and welcome back to Squared Circle Speak, the YouTube pro wrestling show that is hosted by two brothers that are lifelong professional wrestling fans. I am Ryan. With me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Electricity. Nathan, you remember that one? That was a throwback.
That was an AEW old ass '80s thing, Ryan. Nobody's gonna know that one. And those guys, they were tag team champions, but I'm pretty sure they were like barely not jobbers.
Mr. Electricity.
I mean, Ronnie Garvin was good, but the other guy, I don't even know who the fuck he was.
Steven Regal. Remember, it was the other Steven Regal.
Yeah, what the?
Anyway, welcome back to our WWE review show. We're going to be talking everything that happened in the week of WWE from September 15th through September 21st. We have a lot of news, including a return of, speaking of the 80s, our 80s show coming back. We got the official word on that. And a lot of other things going on in the world of WWE. Let's get into it with Monday Night Raw. Raw kicked off with a Punk promo. Very somber, and just said he was going to destroy Drew McIntyre. But first match of the night, Sheamus and Pete Dunne. Hell of a match.
Yeah, wait, didn't he talk about going after the championship or something?
That was 2 weeks ago.
Oh man, I'm way off. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is where
So
he.
anyway, yeah, another Sheamus and Pete Dunne match. This was really good.
This
Like
was.
they
Yeah.
they don't have bad matches.
Yeah. This was a fantastic match. I mean, Sheamus again, banger after banger after banger. But Pete Dunne gets the win. He tried to grab the shillelagh. The referee takes it from him. So when he does that, Pete Dunne hit him with a cricket back, and then got the win. So interesting. A cricket bat.
Yeah, is he like the new Fit Finley? Keeps coming out with this shillelagh.
I know. I guess he's not even Irish. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but okay. Uh, Natalia beat Zoe Stark in a match. I mean, it was what it was. Jey Uso and Braun Breaker had a segment. They will fight this week on Raw. This is pre-recorded. This is recorded before. This will be out after Raw this week. But this was
How
recorded
do
before.
you how do you feel about that, Ryan? I think we talked about it last week. I don't, Jey Uso. You think he's? I don't see Braun Breaker losing it, man. So I feel like Jey Uso is going to eat a loss here. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's really weird.
A weird time to book this. I think.
It's a weird booking decision, yeah, because it's like you got
I feel
Braun
like you
Breaker who
should have
just
had
won the
Braun.
title.
Yeah, I feel like you should have Braun Breaker go through some people, first, and then,
Yeah,
you know. But
interesting. Uh, then we had the Judgment Day defending the tag titles against the New Day. Pretty good match, but the ending here, it gets kind of crazy. Uh, you know, they're teasing this breakup, Nathan.
yeah, and I'm okay if it happens because I mean they've been together for so long,
Yeah,
and but I just don't. The thing is, like after it happens, you know what's going to happen with these guys? Like Kofi's got to be almost done. Xavier Woods, he looks like he's got some life left in him, but what are they going to do with him? Like I don't see him getting the Intercontinental title or nothing.
yeah. But yeah, the LWO came out and Woods got pinned here.
Yeah,
Uh, and then after the break, Woods was like yelling at the LWO, and Kofi goes, "Look, I helped, ask him to help." And then Xavier Woods goes, "That's great." He goes, "They know the plan, and your own partner doesn't know the plan." And then they brought up Big E, and Woods goes, "Yeah, that's right. It's just me and you." And so it sounds like we are heading towards a breakup here of the New Day. Like you said, I don't know where they head. Kofi, I think, is on his last run here. I don't see him doing. I mean, like he can still go in the ring a little bit, but I don't see him getting a push anymore. Maybe it's Xavier Woods' time to get a push, but again, I don't see. I mean, he's not winning their kind of title anytime soon. Not with
not with.
Ron Breaker as champion, so I don't know where they go with Xavier after this. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here going forward with the New Day. Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman just decided to destroy everything in the arena, including audience members. as as Reed threw an audience member at Braun Strowman in this match. They completely the top rope explodes, and then they just destroyed each other. They threw a fan. Referee threw this out. This was a no contest. They started throwing security guards. Strowman threw Reed into a wall, and then Strowman tipped over a golf cart. And this was just fucking insanity. These
Yeah,
two, I love
where
watching these two people, just these two guys just beat each other up every week.
so where do you see this going in the future, Ryan? Do you see do you see maybe Braun Breaker getting or Bronson Reed getting the win here
Yeah,
in the end, and maybe getting a title shot at I guess maybe the IC title or the world title. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they do Braun Breaker versus Bronson Reed, that'd be a hell of a match too. But
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, you know, so we're gonna get into some news later on in this episode, but they're gonna have to do some moving around here, man,
yeah,
with these rosters because
yeah,
we'll tell you why in a little bit. But man, Raw's kind of stacked right now.
yeah. Elsewhere that happened, Gunther and Sammy had another segment with Ludwig. Sammy wants another shot at the title. Gunther keeps telling him no. Uh,
Right.
but you know, so I don't know how they get here because he keeps telling him no, but Zayn keeps beating him
Uh,
up. So
Sammy's got to get under his skin somehow. He's got to do something personal.
yeah.
We'll see
Well, he
what he
took
comes up
out
with.
Kaiser this week, so
Yeah, but I don't think he cares. I don't
yeah,
think
Gunther don't really care about that.
no.
Um, Io Sky beat Bianca Belair in a fantastic match. This was another great match on Raw. This and Sheamus and Pete Dunne, these two matches were fantastic.
Right.
Then your main event, Damian Priest defeated Dominic Mysterio. This show was still 3 hours. Starting on October 7th, the show will, like we said, will be going back down to 2 hours, and then it'll be 2 hours until it goes back to Netflix, where
And
apparently
then
it'll go back to
uh
3 hours.
yeah, it's gonna actually go. Yeah, we were kind of hoping for maybe like an in between. Maybe like some weeks it'd have like just barely two, maybe two and a half, but nope, it's going back to three purportedly. And like we said, SmackDown is going to three also. That was the other thing we were going to talk about. So
Yeah, we can talk about it now.
SmackDown, yeah, so SmackDown goes to three. You're going to have to either have some call ups or bring some free agents in or something, man, because right now it feels like SmackDown's rolling with a skeleton crew half the time.
Yeah,
Like,
they're gonna have to do some trades or something because
well, you got Jimmy Uso out, you know, and you got Jimmy Uso out, and then you got all these factions. So these factions, these guys aren't wrestling each other because they're in the same faction.
yeah,
It kind of makes it to where you just see the same matches over and over.
yeah, like Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, so I feel like they're gonna have to like make some call ups, maybe actually use Cedric Alexander and I don't know, uh, the Adonis, maybe bring them back
I mean,
up.
Corbin's on SmackDown. He's not being used right now, and so is Apollo, so they can get a little bit more time, I guess. But yeah, they're gonna have to do something if they got 2 3 hour shows.
Yeah,
Um, it's gonna be that's gonna be crazy. So,
yeah.
all
All right, let's
right.
go to NXT.
On the NXT kicked off with Ethan Page and Trick Williams contract signing. This contract did not get signed here as Ethan Page put Trick through a table. And so he just decided not neither one of them signed the contract yet.
All right,
Uh Lara Vicaria and Tatum Paxley took on Wendy Chu and Rosemary. This one was okay. I know you're not the biggest fan of Wendy Chu. Uh and Rosemary is I like Rosemary, but she's getting up there in age and she can't move as fast as she used to. And Lyra and Tatum were running around this ring, with their youth. And Chu and Rosemary really couldn't keep up with them too well.
yeah,
Uh, Valkyria and Paxley get the win though. So is
yeah.
that
And I
the
think
end of
they said
this
that.
Chu and
Uh,
Rosemary situation? Who knows?
well, I think they said that maybe Chu and Rosemary might be going to TNA.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw that Winnie and Rosemary are teaming up in TNA, so they might be going for the Knockout Tag Team titles, I guess. Maybe that'd be good for Wendy Chu. Get her on TNA for a while.
How long do you think this TNA WWE thing?
I, I didn't expect it to still be going on, honestly.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. Because now Hammerstone's there. It's like we get some guy who comes in and they work for like a few weeks and then they'll disappear, and then they get someone else from NXT over and they disappear. So I like it, and people keep showing up in NXT or in TNA too. I like it. I just don't know how long this is going to keep going. But
Yeah.
speaking of Hammerstone, he was supposed to wrestle Tony D'Angelo, and D'Angelo kind of walked out. I guess he's apparently he doesn't understand. He's freaking out because he can't beat Obafemi, and so he kind of walked
Right.
away from this match. So Zachary Wentz came out and challenged. He said that Trey got attacked. He showed video footage of Trey getting attacked by Wesley. And so on the very first CW show, it's going to be Zach Wentz and Wesley in a street fight.
Mm.
Eddie Thorpe took on Ashanti the Adonis. Finally, Nathan. Ashanti is back on TV. Eddie Thorpe gets the win here, though. But Adonis, he came out, got a kiss on the lip or on the cheek by somebody, and he kept flirting with the women. So I guess he's got a gimmick at least.
Yeah. At least he's got something. And I guess Cedric's with uh what's
He's
Jamar Evans or whatever his name was. Javar Evans. Right? Javar?
it's
Javon?
Javon.
Javon, whatever. Javon Evans. So I guess that team of Cedric and Adonis didn't last very long.
No, not at all. We'll see what they do with the Don. I can't believe he stuck around. Like it's weird that of the three in Hit Row, he's the one that stuck around. You know, like what do they see in him compared to Swerve? Like I don't get that at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right. Then we had a CM Punk segment. He came out. He had something to say. He was going to say something, and then Roxanne Perez interrupted him, and they went back and forth. This was just weird. Uh, and then Julia came out. Roxanne was going to hit her with a championship, and Punk stopped it. So
I did not like this segment at all.
it went too long, and it was like they didn't know what the other one was going to say, and just,
Yeah, and Julia, I mean, I don't know. She looked okay until she did the whole fake laughing and whenever Punk or whenever said that he was or whatever happened. I can't remember what happened. Oh, he stopped her from hitting her.
yeah,
He stopped Roxanne from hitting her, and she's like fake laughing. And yeah, I could do without that. I think she's good if she's like the quiet badass, but when she starts like doing that kind of stuff,
yeah. It was weird. Um. So then, speaking of Javon or Javar Evans, him and Cedric Alexander teamed up against Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights. Tavion Heights is very impressive. Miles Bourne is too, for being deaf. He's really good. This was a fun clash of styles here. You got Cedric and Javon doing the high flying, and Bourne and Tavion doing the technical power stuff. But Javon and Cedric got the win. Evans connected with I guess it's his move, but he does like a spinning splash off the top and got the
I
win.
don't think that's a move. I feel like he did something else.
Yeah, I feel like that was new because I'd never seen him do. As he's jumped and twisted, and I don't think I've seen that before. And then it was announced that on the October 8th edition of NXT from St. Louis, Randy Orton will take on Javon Evans.
What a match, dude! I
Yeah,
mean,
that's insane for Javon Evans already. Like that's crazy. You can tell they see really high things in this kid, which I do
yeah,
too.
and
I mean, I've been a fan of his since he was independent days. So that's so cool for him to get in the ring with Randy Orton. Like that's gonna be crazy. I wonder if Orton wanted to do it. Like if that's who he picked. Uh,
Probably.
uh
And yeah, so you're gonna have the legend killer versus the rookie.
yeah. Brooks Jensen beats Dion Lennox. Lola Vice beat JC Jane. And then the main event, we had Tyrese Halliburton come out. He said he was going to get the contract signed. He made fun of being Orlando Magic fans. That made me laugh. He brought out Trick. He brought out Ethan. They signed the contract. And then he said, oh, wait. I got one more thing to say. And then CM Punk came out, and CM Punk is going to be the referee for the championship match at the CW. So,
Right.
pretty decent show. But,
Yeah, I liked it. It was a good show.
all right.
Any NXT news?
Not really, other than
Oh,
they
apparently, Hikuleo.
oh yeah. Hikuleo apparently on the internal roster is listed as going to NXT.
Now, a lot of people are kind of upset that might not be in the Bloodline storyline.
I think it's
I'm
fine.
not.
He's
I feel like there's no need for him to be there because there's already so much going on.
and he's not as good. He needs to go to NXT because he's just not. He's older. He's 33, but he's only been wrestling for like 8 years, 6 years or something.
I think less than that.
So yeah, so it's like he still needs some training, and so um, I I'm fine with him going to NXT and being separate from everybody else, right? For now, at least.
Yeah. And Motor City Machine Guns apparently are going to go to NXT if they're signed.
That's
Um,
what's been rumored. Yes.
so if they do, I guess that's good for the young talent. Apparently, they also could get it. If they after they're done wrestling, they could be coaches. Um,
Do you think they get a main roster run?
they should deserve it. I mean, the guys have been wrestling since 2000.
Yeah.
I mean that's 24 years. I mean, they're more than worthy of getting a one main roster run.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I would love to see it get them have one run. Um, even if it's just a short run. And then apparently, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about this. It's kind of main roster news ish. But apparently, the Lucha Brothers have not signed yet, even though reports say they have. I guess everybody, it keeps going back and forth. But I think what's going on is Ray Phoenix contract should have been up. But because he was hurt,
We don't
I
know
think
for sure if.
it's
Yeah.
up in the air whether um, Tony Khan added time to his deal or not. He has not done that with very many people.
No.
So he may not do it. And if he doesn't do it, then they're free to go. But if he did do it, then we're going to have to wait a little bit.
Yes.
But reportedly, they're going straight to the main roster. I don't know. We'll see.
One more NXT news. There was a TV taping scheduled for November 5th. That has apparently been canceled. Now, the only reason I think it's canceled, I don't think this is a big deal. I think people are freaking out. I think it's canceled because the Saudi show is that weekend. And I think a lot of the television crews the same. Like a lot of the, and so I think they're probably going to do a double taping the week before and due to the Saudi Arabia show. Or it's the
Mm-hmm.
weekend before. The Saudi Arabia show's like I think the weekend before that show or something. Either that weekend or weekend before. So they'll be coming home from Saudi Arabia and it's like they may not have the time to be, getting there and all that. So that I don't anticipate it being anything crazy. Like I
Right.
don't NXT is not going under. I think it's just, I think it's just a matter of they got the Saudi show. So
Right.
all right. On to SmackDown. Show kicked off with the United States Championship match, LA Knight versus Andrade El Idolo.
Kind of. I mean, this is one of LA Knight's best matches that he's had.
He did fuck up a little bit when he
He
tried to
did.
jump, but
He did have some screw ups, but it was one of his best matches. That's mostly due to Andrade, I'd say.
Do you
Um,
do you think his mess ups had anything to do with this weird ass ending they had?
I don't think so.
Was that the way it was supposed to go?
I don't think it was. I think that rope was very wet. I don't know why it was wet because Andrade slipped on it before too
Yeah.
earlier in the match. I think that that rope was wet for some reason, and because it was wet, he slipped, and then I think they just decided to do the ending in a different way. Like I guess he was going to hit that. He was going for a signature move, and I'm sure he was going to win with his finisher in the end anyway. But
Yeah.
they just kind of skipped ahead and did it, and then
Yeah.
they tried to do some handshake, fist
Yeah, it was
bump,
weird. I don't
little
know.
miscommunication.
I think Knight was just mad at the performance and then kind of, you know, it was weird because the Idol wanted to shake his hand and Knight didn't want to, and then Idol just kind of raised his hand and it was like really awkward.
Yeah,
So,
really weird.
so anyway, Cody and Roman Reigns met at a stadium. I guess this was in the Georgia Tech Stadium because that's where Roman played football. They went back and forth just talking about, Cody was like, "Hey, look, just make sure you got my back at Bad Blood." And then he said,
Right.
"Yes," but then he said, "I'm coming. I will have your back." But then Roman says, "I'm coming to take what's mine." And then Cody says, "It's not yours to take." And then Roman said, "You're in my way. You're in my way in life." So,
Hmm.
could we be heading to another Cody and Roman match?
I mean, maybe in the future, but I think that's going to be a ways down the line.
Everyone's saying it might happen at Saudi.
It could. I could see that.
Giovanni Vinci got his rematch against Apollo Cruz, and Cruz beat him again. But then after the match, Vinci destroyed him. So Vinci got a
Yeah.
little bit of revenge here.
So
Um,
I don't even know if we want to talk about this because it's just speculation.
yeah, it's just rumors, so I don't even know if it's worth talking about.
Yeah, I think we'll pass.
Yeah. If you want to know what we're talking about, go look up Vinci and why he's getting buried. There's rumors about it, but as of now, it's just rumors, and I really don't want to talk about stuff that hasn't been, confirmed.
Right.
Kevin Owens, the Bloodline, Nick Aldis, all this stuff happened. Nick Aldis made a match for the night in a six-man tag.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey and Naomi versus Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton in a tornado match. If Bailey or Naomi wins, they face Jax. If Nia or Tiffany win, either Bailey or Naomi will be forced to SmackDown. This was just a crazy six tag team match here, tornado style. The ending was very, very weird. Jax hit a Samoan drop on Naomi. Naomi then rolled through with or
Jack Dyer.
she hit it on Bailey, and then Bailey rolled through with a crucifix, and then Naomi jackknifed her up to get the win. So they both got the pin. So
Right. So I'm guessing we're gonna have a triple threat at
uh,
some point.
they said that they're gonna wrestle next week, with the winner getting the title shot. So
Oh, okay. Going a little different.
I bet Nia Jax gets involved, and then it'll be a triple threat. I guarantee you Nia Jax is involved in that match, and then it just becomes a triple threat.
Right.
We had Chelsea Green big net. This was funny. She was like taking out the trash, and she kept talking about her dumpster match.
Yeah.
This
I
was
like
great.
this because
Good
this
character work.
felt well. No, this felt like the vignettes that we used to get in WWE. Not just the golden era, but also in the attitude era, also in the ruthless aggression era. All the different eras, they have these kind of vignettes.
The new generation era had them all over the time.
Yeah, and it was cool to see one of these again. They need to do more of this shit.
Yeah, this was great character work by Chelsea. It was funny. I loved it. So then the Bloodline took out DIY in the backstage area before the six-man tag. So then I guess the Street Profits replace DIY. This was a crazy six-man tag. The ending was very weird. It ended in disqualification because they just keep beating them up. But then they proceeded to beat down on the Street Profits and Owens forever. This went on for so long until finally Cody Rhodes comes in, attacks everybody with the steel chair, and runs off the bloodline, and then Owens was holding the chair, looking like he was going to hit him, and then he dropped it, and they decided to shake hands. So teasing the Kevin Owens heel turn there. But Cody Rhodes took fucking 40 minutes to get out there.
Yeah, I don't know if he was really having trouble getting there, and that's why they were dragging that out, or what.
God, this beatdown went down forever. Very crazy. But SmackDown was pretty good. I think Raw was the best show of the week though.
Yeah, NXT was pretty good too,
NXT was pretty good,
but yeah, I think Raw was.
but I think Raw just was better. Every show did a really good job of advancing storylines and had really good matches, so it was hard to pick a winner. But um, I think Raw was the best this week.
I agree. If you like this episode of WWE Speak, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when we upload more of these WWE Speak videos. And we will see you next tomorrow on AEW Speak.
Oh yeah, that should be interesting. AEW shows are always interesting. So, all right, we will see you then, and we got a lot of fun stuff coming up later this week as well. So stay tuned for all of that. See ya.